Welcome to the incredible city of Kolkata, India. Energetic, vibrant, just a bit chaotic. But some parts are peaceful. My name is Nikhat Khatun. This is my home, and this story is about my old school. I love it here. It's a remarkable place called Future Hope.
Future Hope means to me an opportunity to change children's lives.
That young man would have died if we had not picked him up off the streets.
Future Hope puts the street and slum children of Kolkata at the centre of all we do.
It's super extraordinary.
If you take away Future Hope from me, then I wouldn't be left with anything.
Something unique.
Did he save your life?
Yes, absolutely. There is no question about that.
Everybody here has no home and they come here every night.
Just sleeping in little cardboard boxes.
Believe me, it's an incredible story.
It was a very difficult time.
I want you out within a week.
You didn't know who to trust anymore.
That's why Future Hope is where it is now.
I'm always grateful towards Future Hope.
I have come 1,000 miles away from where I was.
Welcome to Hope Within the Mango Trees. My mother always told me, I don't want to give you a life that I have had. With my two siblings, we lived deep in the slums of Kolkata. She'd collect bricks to earn a few rupees. We'd share one chapati for our tea. That's when she took me somewhere which would change my life. And this is it, my old school.
Welcome to Future Hope School.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning. Good morning, sir.
I joined in class 9 and now I'm a university graduate.
वहाँ के लोगों का main business क्या है?
And you know the most amazing thing? It all started on the floor of an apartment. One man's brainwave in one man's home, that's become one man's life.
Look at the sun behind you, beautiful sun. It's going to get redder and redder. That means the pollution's getting worse and worse.
Everyone knows Tim in Calcutta. He inspires you so much that you feel like, yes, this is something that I need to join and help him with.
Tim is all heart, if I may say so. Tim brought children from platforms like this, and that's why Future Hope is where it is now.
Extremely caring. He has this huge positivity.
You know, he's got a heart of gold. I mean, one in a zillion probably.
I think his approach is just by giving this love, you can change people. And I think he's right.
I'm Tim Grandage, and I founded Future Hope 36 years ago in 1987. Future Hope puts the street and slum children of Kolkata at the centre of all we do. We give them a safe place to stay at night, nutritious food, good mentoring and education, either through academics or through skills training. They then go out into society as responsible, hard-working human beings who form good relationships and who get brilliant jobs around India.
I'm Sujata Sen. I'm CEO of Future Hope. And 8 years before that, as trustee, we look at the whole of one child. It's a holistic understanding of each child, their needs of the family, their context, their need for staying somewhere safe, their medical problems, and what happens to you if you are not well, you are not able to get into education, because India is so competitive in education now. So you've got to also put a lot of stress there. So education, and how do you energize and take these children who almost 100% of them are abused and in some way have suffered malnutrition and not had the growth and development which a normal child needs. So you use sports. And very, very difficult and important is making them independent. Once you're with Future Hope, You get so attached to Future Hope as a family. You have to cut the umbilical cord. And once they're independent, you contribute back to your families and break that poverty cycle. And then you think of contributing back to society. So that's what we are.
I belong to this school since kindergarten, and right now I'm in class 12. When I understood what this opportunity is for me, I just thought that I need to grab this.
God has given me a chance to come here, given me a shelter to stay. So why should I run away? I should stay here and get my future.
It's a good place. It gives us opportunities. They guide us very well, and I cannot explain how good Future Hope is.
Some of the wonderful children who, like me, owe their lives to Future Hope. I can't wait to hear from them. But for now, we need to turn the clock right back. How did it begin? Now there's a story. It starts with Mr. Tim Grandage, an eccentric English banker who arrived here almost by accident.
Did I want to be a banker? God, no. Absolutely not. It seemed to me to be the most boring job in the world. And I was never very good with mathematics. A German tourist who came into one of my branches, I got the exchange rate the wrong way round, and he ended up getting 6 times what he should have done. And that didn't go particularly well with the bank authorities, but they forgave me that time. I was the worst banker that HSBC ever employed. And I said, it wasn't modesty, I'm absolutely true. And it was absolutely true. I'd heard that there's a job going in Kolkata, and I said, I'd love to go to Kolkata. And they said, what? 2 people have just resigned from the bank rather than go to Kolkata. And you want to go to Kolkata? And I said, I'd love to go to Kolkata. Okay, they said. And for the first time ever, I was sent to Kolkata.
Well, this is Calcutta. It's a wonderfully crazy city, and we're just about to get hit by a car shooting towards us, but hopefully we will survive. Oh, he's coming from the other direction there. It's a wonderfully crazy city, but there's always noise. There's always movement in Calcutta. Very vibrant, controlled chaos. Very, very warm people from every community, whether Hindu or Muslim or Christian or Sikh or Jain or Buddhist, Parsi. And there's a huge difference between the very rich and the very poor. It's a city of contrasts, it's a city of colour, it's a city of fun, it's a city of life. And I'm going to go on the wrong side of the road here, I think.
I would drive myself to the bank every day, dump my car on Chowringhee, just near the Rackets Club. I'd get back to the car at about midnight because I had to do all the closing. We had to do it all by hand. Suddenly I was surrounded by many, many children and many, many women. And they were sleeping all over the place at that time. They were not aggressive at all, but they were incredibly intense. And I said, what's the problem? They said, well, you leave your car here every day, then you turn up at about midnight. It'll get stolen. And if it gets stolen, you tell the police, and the police will come and hassle us because they think that we'll be responsible. So if you want to leave it here, tell us, and we will look after it. The humbling thing is that I let them look after it for me, and they never wanted any money. They never asked me for money, they never wanted any money. At any rate, about a month or so later, a little boy whose name was Bajwan was not anywhere in the morning. And I said to the children, where's Bajwan? Oh, they said, he's sick. And I said, has he gone home? Is he in hospital? They said, don't be stupid, he doesn't have a home, and he can't afford to go to hospital. So I said, where is he? Over there, they said. So I went over to the Rackets Club wall, and I found this child with a high, high temperature. As we say in Calcutta, high fever. He was almost delirious. And I knew that I could do something. I could pay back my debts. So I went in the bank and I looked down my list of customers and I found a doctor, Dr. Jaminesh Chatterjee, and I rang him up and I said, Dr. Chatterjee, I'm your bank manager, I've got a sick child, can I bring them round? And he was so relieved I wasn't talking about his overdraft, he said straight away, yeah, bring them round now. I turned up at his surgery in a suit and with a child in rags, and he thought, oh my gosh, what's happening here? But he knew the Brits were a bit eccentric, and he said, I'll look after this child. So he treated him, and the boy got well. And I was happy, Chatterjee was happy. And a few days later, Dr. Chatterjee rang me up in a terrible state, and he said, you know that child you brought round to me the other day? And I said, yes. He turned up in my waiting room tonight, and I was so angry to see him. And the little boy said, sir, I don't want anything. I just came to say thank you because I'm feeling really well. And Chatterjee said to me, I have looked after the richest people in Calcutta and one of the top orthopedic surgeons in this city, and not one of those rich people have ever come back and said, thank you. This little boy has. I now want to look after these children. So you bring any child from the street or from the slums, I will give them free medicine. If I can't cope myself, I will refer them to a friend who will look after them. I said to Bajwan, you know that doctor that you met the other day? He likes you and he wants to help you. Any of your mates are sick, bring them round to the bank. Within a week, I had 20 or 30 children outside my bank, sticky fingers on the glass, all waving at me, and it became absolute chaos. My staff were slightly perturbed by the fact that I was taking kids off the street and, getting them to the doctor. Anyway, we continued to do this, and the children, we would get well 1 week, and in 2 weeks' time, they came back with the same problem. And we realized then that we needed to get them off the streets.
If you're looking for street children, in the daytime there are thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands on the street, running around all over the place. But at night time, only the children who are most vulnerable, who have nobody to go back and stay with, you'll find on the streets. You'll find them in little groups, huddled. Used to, in the old days, it was on the stations, but now more outside the stations, and those are the ones that we really want to help. I go down to a lot of the stations. I go, we're going to Sialda now. Calcutta's improved greatly, and there are far less children sleeping on the streets. There are still children, but there are not nearly as many as there were before.
What do you want to be able to give them?
You want to give them an opportunity. First of all, a safe place to stay. Future Hope runs 3 girls' homes, 4 boys' homes. And the most important thing for the children is they should sleep safely at night, because on the streets they're abused by older youth, they're sexually assaulted, they're bullied, and they're the last people who will get food. If there's not enough food, the smallest ones won't get it, the bigger ones will get it. And so that's what we give them.
And I know how important the word opportunity is. The school educates more than 350 children, with about a third also living on site. These are often the children most at risk on the streets of Kolkata, like Anjali.
I came here in 2011. From then I felt like it's my own family. This is the home that gave me everything in life. They are the reason why I am here today. They are building hopes in the children who have dreamed to do something, but they don't find any path. Future is something that they are showing the path to the children who don't have homes. When I was 5-6, my father died. My mother was alone. We used to live in a place called Behala. Then after that, we shifted to Topsia. The place was really not good for me. It was like a slum area, so I did not really enjoy my life there. When I was hungry, I used to go to shop nearby, and sometimes they were kind, they used to give something, sometimes they won't. And I used to go to a school. I go there only to eat and I come back. This is not enough for me. So after a few months, they came and they told, will you go to a hostel? First I was sad, I don't want to leave my mom. Then I thought hard. Then I told mom, I will be fine there. I will study hard, I will build my career, and I will come back to you. My mom was crying, but later on she agreed. So I came here. When I came here, I was small, so there were many big girls who were taking care of me so well. I have talent of in creativity. So from that, interior design hit me a lot, and it is unique, it is fun, and I don't know how my life changed into interior design. It is difficult, like I have never done art in school. I wish I will do my best and I will start my own company rather than working under someone else, and go internationally and achieve something really big and in an unique way.
That is an amazing thing to hear. Extraordinary. I always feel very humbled by the children because they've come from a background where they had nothing. They were on the station or in the slums, being beaten, being abused, not enough food. Everything was stacked against them. They were just born in the wrong place at the wrong time. And when they've come to Future Hope, not only have they been nurtured and mentored by our wonderful house parents, but they've been educated and they have become competent in academics, in skills, in sport, in all different sort of activities. Yes, humble to start off with, but also incredibly proud of these children.
We try and see that no child is left behind, because we do all these psychometric analysis and we find there are a lot of children who will not be able to get through school. We allow them the alternative to Central Board of Secondary Education, to whom which we are affiliated. We allow them the National Open School. But some of them cannot even cope with National Open School. And we see that maybe they can do certain kinds of vocational skills, and we want them to go that way, to be independent, to live their own life successfully, happily, productively, efficiently, and also be good contributing citizens to the country.
But this is a pivotal time for the organization. This school is at busting point. They want to move to a purpose-built countryside campus at Rajarhat, about an hour outside the city centre.
It's an incredibly exciting project. It will totally change the face of Future Hope. It'll give us enough room to be able to work with many, many more children. The children we're working with at the present time are squashed into every single area, and it's not a good thing to have that.
The design looks amazing, but there are hurdles to overcome.
We need money to make Rajarhat as good as we want it to be. We have excellent plans which were drawn up by Tony McGurk, an architect from the UK, who did it completely pro bono. We now need to get planning permission from the authorities, and that will come through quite soon. But we really need to raise 3 million sterling or 30 crore rupees to make this happen.
Tim always sees solutions, not problems. His ambitions could change the lives of tens of thousands in this city. And he's got lots of help. Some amazing people we are going to meet, including one very significant other.
What's our timekeeping like, Erica?
My timekeeping is very good.
What's my timekeeping like?
Infuriating.
We took volunteers into Future Hope from the very beginning, and about 1991, I got a request from Holland, the Netherlands.
Erika Hilterman. That's me.
I'd worked in Amsterdam a few years before, and I had bumped into an old lady. I got to know her, and her granddaughter had qualified as a nurse, decided she wanted to go trekking in the Himalayas. And her grandmother said, well, if you go to the Himalayas trekking, you must go and see this mad Englishman who's running a charity for street children in Kolkata.
I had come to work with children. I was a qualified nurse. I wanted to do something with my qualification. It was an opportunity to go and see the world and give back. And I was excited about that.
So anyway, out of the blue, I got this request from a pretty young 24-year-old wanting to come to Calcutta. I thought, oh my God, the last thing I want is a 24-year-old girl. She'll bring in all the men, she'll be naive, she'll be stupid. And what will I do with her? Look, being me, I sent her a message back saying, fantastic idea, looking forward to seeing you.
So he said to me, oh, that's absolutely tremendous. We need a nurse. Yes, please come. How long can you come? As long as possible. So I said, I'll come for maybe 3 months. And after that, I would like to go and climb in the Himalayas.
Anyway, She was a very determined young woman. She eventually booked a flight on Air India, I think, and travelled all the way through many countries. And I said I'd pick her up at the airport.
When I arrived in Kolkata, there was lots of shouting going around. There were fans whizzing around, lots of people in uniform. Anyway, I come out, no Tim.
Any rate, something happened with my car and I was late at the airport, and this poor 24-year-old was hanging around outside the airport, not knowing where she was, but I hadn't told the address she had to come to, whether I was going to turn up or not.
And suddenly this short gentleman walks up to me and says, "Are you Erica?" I said, "Yes, I am." And he said, "Well, welcome to Kolkata." And went to his famous green Jeep. And in the Jeep were, I think, about 10, 15 children, all different ages. So he said, "Okay, Erica, you jump in the front." And I look back and I see these children hang off the Jeep, another one on the handbrake, and off we go. And I suddenly look down and I see this huge hole in the bottom of the car, and I see the wheels spinning underneath me, and I thought, gosh, this is an old car. Tim said to me, "Yeah, I'm really sorry I'm so late, but I had problems with the car and, the children need to push it." And sure enough, 10 minutes later, we are somewhere in the middle of the road, the car stops. Tim says to the children, "Come on, boys, get out and push." So I remember this bridge being opened. When was the bridge opened?
1993, I think.
Whoops. Where are you going, Tim?
And now we're coming up to Sealda Station, but here we're turning right, we're going east. And you'll begin to see the chaos of the station. See all the fruit and the vegetables coming in from all around Kolkata. This you can see here, potatoes. You'll see a lot of children on the streets, a lot of people sleeping rough. But as people are desperately running for the last trains, it may be a bit of time to get in here, but we will eventually get in. All right. Crazy place. So let's go and see what's happening in the puja over here.
It's gone midnight. Nobody can sleep inside anymore. They are not allowed. But on the edge of the car park, there are bodies everywhere you look.
So you see now lots and lots of people sleeping out on the streets. Some of them are waiting to travel. Others have missed trains, but a lot of them are street people. Hundreds of people here, all lying out in the open, covering themselves with blankets. Others are just sleeping rough on the pavement. There's a little family over there with a woman with her 2 children. In the old days, there were hundreds of children that would sleep out here. These are street children.
We find a cluster of cardboard boxes slightly larger than shoe size. Inside, 2 young girls. This is their home. At their side, an old man in a long, ragged coat.
Your granddaughter. And Abni Kote Taki, where do you stay? He stays here, which is...
I have no house.
You have no house?
I'm very poor.
You live here? Or
1 year.
You've been living here 1 year? How are your grandchildren? Are they...
I'm 73 years.
70 years, gosh.
73 years.
73 years.
Sir, this is the mother.
The mother, okay. Namaskar. Apni balo ache? Apna the baba?
My father.
Your father, that's right. And you have 2 children. How did her husband die?
Husband brain stroke.
Brain cancer. Yeah.
He is helping me.
I will come here.
To your child.
Are you always here?
Yeah.
You always stay here. I would very much like to help the old man if we can. He wants to give us a cup of tea. It's very nice.
Very good.
I think it's definitely a case where we need to come back with some of our outreach staff, talk to them, see what kind of papers they have, see what the real situation is, and then through the correct routes, see whether we can get them into safety.
We are 100% compliant. But what is really helping a child? Helping a child means really understanding that person. With being compliant, we also try to always retain and have the ethos of Future Hope that Tim started inspire us in everything we do.
Next time, Tim returns to Shialda and the dramatic story of the Future Hope early years.
We then started to have to field flak.
It was a very difficult time.
Every branch of the police came in.
At that time, we had 60 children who had nowhere to go.
When you're under so much pressure, you don't sleep at night.
We just knew that we had to look for an alternative.
We believed very strongly that we would fight.
We say goodbye to this chapter and we move on.
If you liked this first episode, please subscribe for the whole series and leave a review wherever you get your podcast. For more information, please visit futurehope.net. We'd love to hear from you.